Welcome back to another Alliance War. This time around, 4 Loki is taking on BRSuP. And if you have a little bit of that deja vu feeling, don't worry, you're not going crazy. Yes, we did just play this Alliance a couple of wars ago, and yes, we are playing them once again. I've got Medusa, Stark, Spidey, and Void with me. First note up is a 5-star Science Champion with Enhanced Special 1, meaning it's unblockable, Limber, and Aggression Fury. So typically it's going to be some type of champion that evades or a Yellow Jacket. So Yellow Jacket, OG Spidey, or Miles Morales, that's generally the champions that we're looking at here. Go ahead and slap on a 15% health boost, and I'm also going to apply a 20% champion boost. You can see I was thinking about it here a little bit if I wanted to go for the 10 or the 20, but I ended up going for the 20 in this case. And I'm also going to put on a 10% attack boost as well. The attack boosts, you know, sometimes they can save you some resources if it helps you close out a fight a little bit faster. I also put on an invulnerability boost, just because the next, you know, if I take down this node quick enough, it'll last for a couple of nodes, so might as well go ahead and start out with that. And it is OG Spidey, and I don't have Blade with me, meaning I don't have any poise charges to start this fight, and against this node, you really can't build poise charges all that well. Because the Fury stacks up so quickly, you need to kind of constantly be attacking into the enemy. I wish I had a champion that had some type of anti-evade type abilities, but Stark Spidey is he works out pretty well here, just because he can auto-evade those L1s. So that works out pretty nicely. You can see the end of this fight is going to get a little bit iffy here as I get clipped by the special one. I start to panic, and I just mashed the L2. I didn't know what was happening, and luckily OG Spidey goes down. So yeah, not my cleanest fight. Certainly not my cleanest fight. Kind of happy that I put on the invulnerability boost. I think I would have survived either way, but you know, yeah, I'm happy that I put it on. Alright, next node is Bane and Stun Immune, and I still have that 3-minute boost going, so I'm going to jump in this fight as quick as I can. And it turns out it is an Infinity Man. We got a 5-star Infinity Man here. And luckily I've got Medusa to keep his armors down. I just got to make sure that I have good Bane transfers, and then for the last little bit of Infinity Man's HP here, I could just let the Bane kind of do its thing and finish off that last 15%. So go ahead and get the armor shatter up and bait out the special one. I need to transfer this Bane one more time here. Alright, now he's below 15% health, so I don't want to get myself stunned attacking into him any further. And you can see the Bane putting in that work. Doesn't look like it's going to quite finish him off, though. I'm going to have to hit him one more time, and there we go. Infinity Man down. Took 10% damage there. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, next node up, we have ourselves a 455 Cosmic Champion on the Buffet Limber recovery node, and I still have the 3-minute boost active, so we're just going to jump right in here. I was thinking it was Hyperion, and sure enough, it is Hyperion. Alright, so against this fight, Void versus Hyperion, it's not too bad if you can get a Petrify up early. It's all about that RNG, though. Who knows when you're going to land that first Petrify debuff. The first debuff is not for Petrify. Let's see if this special one does it. And yes, we got a Petrify. Okay, beautiful. So now his power gain is cut in half from his buffs, at least. But still, that is a huge difference, you know, and he's not likely to get to a special 3 once you have that first Petrify debuff up. So yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable once that's there. And as soon as I get the second one, then this fight is essentially over. I mean, you could still slip up and everything, but really it's all about just getting that second Petrify debuff up, and then you are mostly in the clear. Still got to be on top of your game here, but you can see the degen damage alone is doing quite a bit, even though it's hard to get dexterity buffs against Hyperion, actually. Just his animations, you know, even if you do the shallow evades, it doesn't really trigger the dexterity buffs all that much. So he is a good champion to put on this node, but luckily, you know, my Void's dealing enough damage, being all boosted up and everything, and Resonate, applying another debuff that way, that he drops just to the degen damage and my regular attacks. Okay, next fight, we have ourselves a 6-star Awakened Infinity Man at rank 2. A rank 2 6-star Awakened Infinity Man. This should be fun. And this is the mini-boss node. This is the Buffet mini-boss node. It's pretty similar to Node 24. It doesn't have Limber, but everything else is pretty much the same. It has that extra buff duration, however. But the plan here is just to stack those debuffs with Void, and then, of course, trigger the Dexterity buffs to trigger the Buffet node off of Infinity Man's Special 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pop another power boost just to make sure that I can get enough debuffs on this guy as quickly as possible. I didn't really know how this fight was going to go exactly first time fighting Infinity Man on this mini boss node, so just wanted to be extra prepared with that Special 1 in order to make sure I deal enough damage to this guy. Now, it actually doesn't really help that I applied that 3-minute boost. As you're going to see right there, I just messed up the controls, I guess, and didn't land my 5th hit before trying to hit him with a Special 1, and therefore the Special 1 did not connect. So that 3-minute boost really was essentially wasted as a result, but that's alright. Turns out this fight doesn't really require a 3-minute boost, and next time I see this guy in this node, I'm just going to fight him straight up with Void here. I mean, that's a good idea, though, to save your boost for fights that or just use boost on fights that you haven't seen before. If you're not sure how they're going to go, you might as well just play it safe. Play it safe, make sure you have that extra little bit of firepower that you may need to take down the enemy. Alright, but I've got my 6 debuffs up, so Fear the Void is about to pop, and now my damage is going to start ramping up a bit. I'm still firing off these Special 1s, and of course, as soon as I get another Petrified debuff, he's going to be taking a lot of damage when I evade his L1. So you can see he's already taking a decent chunk of damage from evading the L1. Now I've got that Petrified debuff. You can see the degen is ticking for quite a bit on him as well. And next time I evade this special, 2 petrifies. Ooh, he's going to take a lot. So here we go, from 44 to 24. Oh my goodness. Gotta love that. Doesn't get old. It does not get old seeing that. Alright, he's below 15%, so there we go. There goes his armor ups, and I'm just going to let the degen kind of whittle him down to take out that last little bit of HP. I lost my debuffs because they got converted to Fear of the Void, so a little bit unfortunate timing, but luckily one more attack goes ahead and finishes him off. Okay, so second Infinity Man down. Are we going to find ourselves against another Infinity Man here? Do we have a third one, possibly? Well, the answer is no. I'll spoil it before we actually get into the fight. It's going to be a Labyrinth Ultron. I'm trying to hurry up here a little bit just because I have the 3-minute boost still active. So we do get the Special 1 at the start of the fight here, which is nice. Hopefully I get the anti-evasion, and nope, that is the anti-crit debuff. But that's fine. We'll just have to play around his evade. I mean, even when you have the anti-evasion debuffs, it's still kind of sketchy. It's not a 100% anti-evade. I think it's 30% per debuff. Actually, I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, you don't get it to negative 100 just with the debuffs alone. So always having to play around the evade. You're going to see me play this fight very cautiously, just because as long as you don't get hit with the evade, then the fight is no problem. It's those times where he does catch you off an evade that he can actually deal some damage to you. So a lot of these, oh, there we go, got the evade there. A lot of the times I'm just doing, only attacking while he's stunned until I can get him to throw that evade, and then I go back to the 5-hit combos. But until then, until I see the evade, yep, we're just taking it nice and slow. And the degen should finish this off, and there we go, face plant. Yeah, it's so funny when these champions, when they're bleeding out or have the degen finish them off, and they just kind of do a face plant at the end of the fight. Okay, next node up is Arc Overload, Recovery, Extra Armor, Mystic Ward, and I'm going to be using Void for this fight as well. Had to wait to get some energy, so I have to reboost. Slap on a 15% health boost, and after scouting the rest of my path here, that 15% health boost is all that I really need. I still have, 39,000 HP with Void, so we're good to go here. And we've got ourselves a Green Goblin. Okay, Green Goblin, no problem. As I've said in past videos, his specials they're a little bit sketchy for me to dodge. I dodge them just fine, but I feel like I should get clipped by them more or something. I don't know. It's a weird feeling when it comes to Green Goblin's specials. But all I got to do is get a couple of petrifies up, and then once that arc overload kicks in, well, he's gonna be going down. So just I also try to push him to a special too. I think it's worth noting against Green Goblin here is I do have an easier time evading the L2. I mean, they're both slightly sketchy, but I guess if I have to bait out L1s, then I have to bait out twice the amount of specials. Plus the L1s, you do take a bit of chip damage having to block those laser beams versus the L2 where you can easily dodge all of the hits of it. So that's usually what I try to stick to. I get the Fear of the Void up, and I hold the L1, just want to get a special out. Whoa, that was an accidental L1 right there. I remember that. But I wanted to, the plan was to hold out my L1 until he fired his L2. This way I don't have any worry about potentially pushing him to an L3 or anything like that. But he's very reluctant to throw this special, so I'm going to go ahead and attack him, chip away a little bit, get that Resonate debuff up. And you can see the degen it's doing some work. And I just, he's going to go down after this 5-hit combo. And there we go, Green Goblin down. Okay, didn't take too much damage. I had about 39,000 HP at the start of that fight. Let's see where I end up with once I pull up to Sabretooth here. And I'm actually not going to potion up because if you notice, this Sabretooth is actually only rank 3. But okay, so I have just under 35,000. So I definitely took a decent bit of chip damage there, but 35,000 HP is plenty enough to take down a rank 3 Sabretooth. If this was a rank 4 Sabretooth, I definitely would have popped a potion and played it safe. Just because, I mean, I see a lot of comments about people saying that I like to top off my champions, I use a lot of potions, and yeah, this is how you get through the path without dying. If everyone else is using all kinds of items in your alliance, and you're the only person not using items, and you die because of it, well, then all of those other items went to waste. All the other people, all the other 29 people in the alliance, just wasted their inventory if you're the only person not doing it. So, yes, I absolutely try to heal up to full or near full for almost every fight. Again, certain situations like this where it's just a rank 3 champion, I feel more than comfortable not healing up to completely full. And I go ahead and just save my special 3 like previous videos as well, just to make sure that I don't get stuck in this corner. Plus, it looks cool as hell if I get to finish this fight with Sentry, and I'm going to take that opportunity to do just that. We got another Sentry kill here. I should be keeping track of this, how many times Sentry has gotten a kill this season, because I think this is maybe like kill number 3 or number 4 for Sentry. Not bad, really. But alright, there we go. That is it for my path. I still have not died, and we did go ahead and take down BRSuP once again, so we're still only at 1 loss for this season. So the season's going pretty well for us. The next opponents that we have, they're pretty difficult, though. It's going to be Legion that we're going up against, so we'll have to see how that one goes. But for now, good work to you guys in BRSuP, and thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care.